Yep.
Hello, Christopher. Once again, this is the third recording that we're doing. We've been talking about the Assassin's Code 1 screenplay and how people are looking at that, and that on Inktip, and that you have also got the screenplay for your novel Beneath the Poppy Fields, which is produced by Strand. You can see the poster behind me and behind Christopher. So, Christopher, Beneath the Poppy Fields, in my opinion, and a lot of other people who've reviewed this book, this should be made into a movie. And the genre is?
War, action.
War.
Yeah, all on actual events that took
Yes.
place. And I was inspired to write this when it was the centenary of the Battle of the Somme.
Yeah.
Because my grandfather was killed in action during that battle. And I've used him as the protagonist.
Yeah.
Johnny Gordon. And it's like other books and movies, in so much as that the famous one, Steven Spielberg's War Horse, which is absolutely terrific, and the book by Folks.
Yeah, Sebastian
Birdsong.
Yeah.
Well, Beneath the Poppy Fields starts similar to what they did in the countryside. And at that time, the Germans were there first, of course, and they were kind of blowing our front line up from underground, which then necessitated the recruitment of our own coal miners.
Yeah.
And the area that the first lot were taken from was, if you like, southwest Lancashire, St Helens, Wigan, Manchester, the Liverpool area, Widnes, Cronton coal mine, Sutton Manor coal mine, Bold coal mine. But anyway, that was where they came from, and they were propagandised into going to war.
Because of their specific talents as miners, because this is whilst there was a war going on over the top and no man's land, these men were deep underground. What were they doing there?
Well, it was subterranean warfare, which not too much has been written about, actually. But it was through the underground warfare, the subterranean warfare, that we actually, in my opinion anyway, my humble opinion, that we actually won that war.
Yeah.
Yes, because we had things that the Germans didn't have.
Right.
We had noise detection equipment, which the Germans didn't have. And but anyway, the characters involved were all, in this instant, with regards to Beneath the Poppy Fields, were all coal miners, all of them.
Mm.
And I've used the characters from my own experiences, because of men that I know personally who were soldiers, Royal Engineers. Myself, I'm a combat engineer 1, and they were all of my guys were combat engineers. And I'd also experienced underground, working underground in compressed air. Yes. But they didn't have the beauty, the comfort of compressed air. They were really traumatized by what was going on the way there to go down, and on the way out to the billets. They had to go through the trenches and step over Tom, Dick and Harry, who were already dead and blown to bits, and one thing and the rest of it, day in, day out, day in, day out. And their life underground, so treacherous. And I've managed to put this into the screenplay as best I can, as well as what's in the book.
Yes, I think
the claustrophobic effect on these people.
A few things stand out to me in the book, and that is your descriptive writing of what those conditions were like underground, in a war zone. You know, bad enough coal mining, but when you know that, you know, everything's going on above you. But also there were, you know, at one point they heard a baby the cry of a baby in the battle.
Oh yes, well, what a lot of people don't write about, and what a lot of, it might be to do with politics maybe, but the Germans were there first, and they had all the time in the world to make themselves very comfortable in their trenches. And just back from their trenches, if you like, behind their lines, they even had brothels underground. People don't talk about it, they don't want to know about it, but I do. And I found that information myself.
Yeah.
And if you want to write about it.
Well, also, this book, trying to keep this tight, Chris, you know, the impact of what happened to the families that were left behind.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was like, first of all, they were propagandized into going away. The white feather people like that were active. And if you like, they shamed people into joining up to go and fight for king and country and what have you. And well, we all know what happened. Millions died. But these men were not trained soldiers. They were miners. And they had 3 days at the Royal Engineers Depot Regiment at Chatham. I've been there. I was educated in there to my various skills. And from there, 3 days, they never even fired a shot.
No.
But they were dressed in a uniform, given a weapon, and off they go.
Yes.
And the shovels and all the rest of it were waiting for them when they got there.
Yes.
And that was it. They were introduced. It's
a fabulous story. But I think unless there's anything else you want to say, we'll just leave it there. But there's a lot of people looking at this screenplay, isn't there, at the moment?
Oh, indeed. Yeah.
So we've got everything crossed that somewhere down the line it will be taken up and optioned.
Yes.
Yes, that's the next step, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Because this story, yeah, it needs to be told. We need to be able to learn from the past. Our children, grandchildren, and generations moving forward need to know of you know what people were expected to do. Within living memory, almost still within living memory of some people.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, thank you, Christopher.
You're welcome.
Thank you.